Hi fellow beaders, it's JP and I have a new tutorial for you today. It is another bracelet and here it is. It's a very simple design. There's the piece. Let's see if I can move up a little bit. I got some pearls. Those are the beads that I just used for those to make this one. So in the tutorial I'll show you how to make this one, but you have a couple different combinations of things you can do. So for this one here, I did 4mm bicones, 4mm bicones and 4mm fire polish. And over here, I did 4mm pearls, and you can use just any round bead, it doesn't have to be a pearl, and 4mm fire polish. And you can, change this out for a bicone, so you can sort of mix and match however you want to do this. You could do pearls and bicones, another type of round in a bicone, or another type of round in a fire polish. There's a couple of combinations. The size does matter. You want to make sure they're 4mm. And then you just need 11s is the other bead type that you'll need. And you can always just do this in one. So you could do it in 2 different color pearls if you wanted, or 2 different color fire polish and so forth. So you kind of have your choice. So it doesn't have to be, 2 different types of beads. You can actually just have one type and just have one color even. I think it looks better with the contrast of the colors, but anyway, all of the numbers and items and all the colors and everything, all of the information is in the description box below the video. Please check there. I have everything there, so you don't need to write me a comment and ask me about it. It is all right there. You will have it right away. Anyway, let's get started. Okay, so to start, what we're going to do is start with the fire polish, followed by 11, pearl 11, and then the fire polish again, and then 11, pearl 11, fire polish, 11, pearl 11, fire polish, 11, pearl 11. So you should have 4 fire polish, 4 pearls, and 8 11s here. And then we're just going to tie a knot. So just leave the thread long enough that you can weave it through later. So, and you should have a circle like this. And I'm going to go ahead and just go through a few of the beads. I'm not going to reinforce just yet, because we will be doing that as we work. Okay, so you want to come out of a fire polish, and you are going to pick up 5 11s and go back around the fire polish again. Just like that. And then continue through until you get to the next fire polish, and you're going to repeat what we just did. And again, I'm picking up 5 11s. There's 5. And then back through the fire polish. So the loops are going around the fire polish. And once again, I am making my way to the next fire polish. Oh, and I seem to have an extra loop. There we go. Okay, and once again, I'm going to pick up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and go back through the fire polish. And I'm going to go through that 11 this time. Not a big deal, because we got to go through it anyway. And get this. Just, there we go. Just get through coming out of that last fire polish. And again, we are going to go and pick up 5 11s. Go back through the fire polish one more time. And so this is what you should have right now at this point. So now in this loop that we just made, what you're going to do is go through the first 3 of the 11. So basically you want to be in that middle 11. And then you're going to connect all the middle 11s together in the 4 loops. So I'm coming out of this one here. I'm going to go into the middle 11 in this next loop. So, and they'll come together, and then continue, go into the next one here. So again, it's the middle 11. So you're just counting the 5 in the loop. Don't count the 5 that are on that were part of the original ring, or don't count the 2. Sorry. And I went through, looks like I went through 2, so I need to go back out. Wow, okay. Hand-eye coordination. Okay, let's try that again. This is the middle 11 of this group. Get my big thumb out of the way, there. And here's our last loop. Go into just the middle one. And then I'm going to connect back over to the first one. And there you have it. This is what you should get. Now what we're going to do is reinforce this loop in the center. It's kind of loose right now, so you want to go back through the beads one more time. Or you could do it more than, a couple more times just to make sure until you get it nice and secure. Okay, so this is what you should have at this point. This is our start of our bracelet. So you're coming out of this 11 here, so just go up into the 2 11s here. And then go into the fire polish. So now pick up a pearl, 3 11s, and a pearl. Go back around the fire polish. So I didn't go into anything other than the fire polish. So you should get this, and then I'm just going to turn this up so I can work up. Go up into the pearl and into the first 2 11s. So you want to exit out of that middle 11 here. And I still have to go through that middle one. Make sure the tension is nice and tight here. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and make the loop for the ear wire, or for the clasp. So pick up 4 11s. Go back through that same 11 here, this middle one. And come through the first 11. Pick up an 11, go into the next one. And do it again, pick up an 11, go into the next 11 here. And once again, pick up an 11, go into the next 2 11s, so you can see that you're coming out. And now you can see that you have the diamond pattern made, just like that. And then you're going, go ahead and go back through all the beads one more time. So I'm just reinforcing. Okay, so that has been reinforced. Now what I want to do is I need to come out of this fire polish here. So I'm just going to go through all these beads and just come down. So I went through that 11, then the pearl. Now remember, this pearl is connected to the fire polish. So you want to go through the fire polish actually. And not into the 11 because it's not connected to that 11, and it'll pull weird if you do that. So you want to go through the fire polish to kind of keep that thread path the same. And I'm just going through the next 3 beads here, or 2 beads, rather. Nope, I went through that 11. And I am now out. There we go. Alright, so once again, you're going to pick up a pearl, 3 11s, and another pearl. Oops, my pearl dropped. There we go. And go back through the fire polish once again. So this is going to be very similar on both sides to kind of keep the symmetry going. And I'm just going to reinforce the beads I just added. So I'm just going back through them again. Do not just go through the fire polish, of course. And then back up the pearl, and then I want to exit out of the second 11. Okay, so this is one part of our component. And then now for the next part, we're basically going to we're going to make this, what do you call this diamond pattern? Couldn't remember the word diamond. And then it's going to connect back to the same component. So again, to do this, you're going to pick up 4 11s and go back through that middle 11. I just flipped it over just so I can work upward. Go through that first 11. And then you're going to add an 11 in between the next 3. So pick up an 11, go into the next. Pick up an 11, go into the next 11. And pick up an 11 and go into the next. Okay, there's our diamond pattern. Now continue upward. I'm not going to reinforce this again, because we've already gone through the beads twice, actually, if you think about it. So don't have to worry so much about it, but you're more than welcome to if you don't feel it's secure enough. But you want to come out of that point now. Okay, so now pick up an 11, a pearl, a fire polish, and a pearl, and then another 11. And go back through this 11 here. So you can see this now matches this. And I'm going to go ahead and reinforce this part because this just feels a lot looser. So go back through them all again. And you want to exit out of the fire polish. Okay, so I hope you're seeing the pattern here. So now we are essentially we're right here. So here's this. So you just want to pick up all the beads in this outer circle is what you're going to do. And so our next bead is going to be an 11 and then pearl, 11, fire polish. If I can get to it, there we go. 11, pearl, 11, fire polish. So let me bring those down. So, and once again, 11, pearl, 11, fire polish, and then we need one more set here for the pearl. So counting this fire polish, you have 4 fire polish and you have the 4 pearls, and then there should be 8 11s. So there's our circle. Oops, sorry, just bumped the camera. Okay, so again, I'm not going to reinforce this circle just yet because we will be doing that as we go. So go ahead and pick up 5 11s and go back through the same fire polish here. Just like so, make sure there's no slack in the thread. And then once you've done that, go and you want to make your way over to the next fire polish. And again, repeat, make a loop of 5. That's 4, and here's 5. Go back around the fire polish. And then make your way over to the next fire polish. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 11s. Back around the fire polish. And then over to the next one. And I'm picking up 5 more. And going back through the fire polish. Okay, so to continue, I'm just going to keep going until I come through this fire polish here. This way I've reinforced the entire circle. And give everything a nice tug. So now for the next part, we're going to connect the loops together like we did here. So make your way to the middle bead here. So it's the third bead in this loop of 5. And then connect it to the middle beads in each of these other 3 loops. So there's the middle bead. And then the next one. And the next one. So again, all I'm doing is connecting just the middle 11. And now this last one gets connected over to the first one. As you can see, I haven't tightened it yet, so it's nice and loose, just to kind of show you. And then just bring it together and reinforce, and that'll make this tighter so they're not spread apart. So I'm just going back through everything again. Okay, so now that I've gone through it again, I want to come out of this fire polish here. So I'm going to continue through this next 11 in this circle. And then go up into the 2 11s here. And out of the fire polish. Okay, so we are basically this unit is almost done, so we just got to make this part of it now again. So you're just going to repeat everything I've just already shown you essentially. So for the next step, you're going to pick up a pearl here. If I can get to one there, the 3 11s, and then the pearl. Go back through just the fire polish, just like so, reinforce. Kind of tricky sometimes to find the hole there, but I'm just going to go ahead and reinforce all of these. I'm going back into the fire polish once again. And then into the pearl. And now I just want to exit out of the middle 11. So now we got to make this part again. All right, and I picked up 4, not 5. So pick up 4 11s and go back through it. Go through that first 11. And again, pick up an 11 and go into the next 11. Pick up an 11, go into the next 11. And oops. That got turned around. There. Now it's sitting right. And pick up an 11, go into the next couple of 11s there. So there you have it. The next diamond pattern is done. And I'm just making my way up to the point here. And I'm going to pick up a pearl. Or no, actually I'm not going to do that. I'm going to pick up an 11 first. Then the pearl. Fire polish. Pearl. And then another 11. Go back around. So again, just note where we are. We're basically making this portion over here, just like we did. And then you'll start the next circle. So I'm going to reinforce this. And make your way over to the fire polish. Alright, so I'm just going to make the circle and then have you continue on your own. So the next bead in this grouping is going to be an 11, pearl, 11, and then the fire polish, because that's essentially our set. So that's kind of how you want to think about it. And then it's 11, the pearl, 11, and then the fire polish. And again, 11, pearl, 11, and the fire polish. All right, so we've got our fourth fire polish. We just need our fourth pearl and the last two 11s. And go back through that fire polish. Okay, so now the next step is to make all the loops of 5 around the fire polish, connect them together. So you're just repeating what we've been doing and just keep going until you get the length of bracelet that you need. Okay, so I have basically made all the units that I need to make, so I had to make a little bit, about 5. So now to finish off the bracelet, basically all I want to do is make this section. So you're essentially going to still just keep going like you normally would if you're adding more units. So you're just going to, so for the next part, you want to pick up a pearl and 3 11s and another pearl. Go back around the fire polish. Just like that, you're going to reinforce again. And then back up the pearl and then the 11. And the next 11. And then we just make our little diamond here, and that's it. So pick up 4 11s, go back through that 11, and I just flipped it over, so I'm going to go through that first 11, and pick up an 11, go into the next 11, do that again, pick up an 11, go into the next, and one more time. And you should get that. And then I'm going to reinforce this loop one more time because this is a clasp loop, so a lot more wear and tear in this part. So just going through the beads, not adding anything, of course. needle just slipped out. So I just went through all three of the 3/11s there. So I'm right in front of the pearl. So I'm going to tie my first half hitch there. And then continue down the pearl into the fire polish. And then into the 11, and then tie my next half hitched knot. Okay, and then through the pearl and the 11 after that, and one more. So I usually try to tie at least 2, if not 3 half hitch. So this is my third half hitch. And now I'm just going to weave the thread a little bit further down before I trim it. And that should be good. So I'm going to grab my thread zapper. Okay, so now I just got to add on my jump rings and my clasp. So grab some pliers, got to open up the jump rings. Always a pain to, I always find these jump rings a pain to deal with, and especially because I need another pair of needle nose pliers, I think. So you can feed your jump ring through the loop here. Oh, I don't think this is wide enough. There we go. Now I got it. And I'm going to add my clasp. So I'm using a lobster claw, but you can use any clasp you like. I'm going to do it on the other side. Same thing, just got to add the jump ring. And there you are. Okay, let's move these out of the way. There's my bracelet. Here's my other color bracelet, the other combination. So I hope that you liked this tutorial, and if you did, please like and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one.